Planting ʻulu is a great choice for farmers and backyard growers in Hawaii who want to contribute to local food security. Ulu trees are long-lived and relatively low maintenance. They sequester carbon and have provided a culturally important staple food source in the islands for centuries. A single productive ulu tree can feed several families, while providing a beautiful addition to the landscape. In this video, we discuss best practices for planting ulu trees to help ensure tree health and vitality for years to come. Ulu is adaptable to many growing conditions and microclimates across Hawaii. The trees can grow in temperatures between 59 and 104 degrees Fahrenheit, with an optimal temperature range between 70 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Ulu also prefers deep, fertile, well-drained soils with a pH range of 4 to 8.7 and an optimal pH range of 5 to 6.5. It is best to plant ulu right before the onset of the rainy season. If conditions are dry, make sure to set up an irrigation system for the first 1 to 3 months after tree planting. Potted keiki trees are ready to transplant when the roots have emerged from the bottom of the pot and the tree is 2 to 5 feet tall with healthy green leaves. Before planting your tree, make sure to have ample open space where the tree has room to spread its roots, which are relatively shallow. If you are planting multiple trees, how you space them will ultimately depend on your maintenance strategies. If you plan to heavily prune your trees, you may plant them as close as 25 feet apart. If you prefer lower maintenance and minimal pruning, trees should be spaced at least 30 and up to 40 feet apart. If you plan to intercrop your ulu trees with other crops, choosing spacing that's appropriate for your secondary crop is key. One option is successional planting with a fast-growing, short-term crop such as kalo, where the ulu will eventually fill in the alley between rows and the secondary crop will be phased out. A second option is alley cropping with permanent, shade-tolerant coat crops between the rows of ulu trees. This may be coffee or cacao, spaced with enough room for light and wind access. Ulu thrives in full sun, so choose a planting area that gets adequate light throughout the year. Make sure to gradually transition your potted keiki tree from shade to sun for up to 2 months prior to planting. Avoid planting ulu amid high canopy trees that provide shade. This will cause your tree to stretch upwards toward the light and become harder to manage for harvest. Common planting amendments include chicken pellets, Ag 10 dolomite, gypsum, and local compost. Combine your amendments together first and set aside. Dig a hole slightly wider and deeper than the size of the container which you are transplanting from. Then mix your amendments into the dirt of the planting hole. Make sure the soil is hydrated. Planting in dry soil may increase the risk of transplant shock and possibly stunt initial root growth. Remove the tree from its container by placing your hand flat across the top of the soil and flipping the plant over. Place the tree in its hole, making sure it is standing completely vertical. Gently fill the hole with soil and press firmly down around the root ball of the plant so it is secure. Use soil and mulch to form a donut-shaped berm around the tree at its drip line or the farthest reach of its leaves in order to form a water well and discourage weeds. Be sure that mulch does not come in contact with the trunk, which could cause rotting. Do not use herbicides around the base of the tree since they can damage the surface roots or young trunk. The base layer of mulch will help to keep the weeds down. Protect young trees from pigs, cattle, goats, or horses that may eat the bark or tender shoots. If the planting area is not enclosed with a strong, ungulate-proof fence, try individual tree guards such as 6-foot hog wire covered with weed mat, encircled around the tree, or wooden pallets with weed mat arranged in a triangle structure. Planting ʻulu is a wise choice for farmers and backyard growers of all types in Hawaii and pays tribute to its historical and cultural significance. Planting ʻulu also helps ensure that this magnificent tree continues to play an increasingly important role in the island's future food security and resilience. Visit our website for more planting resources, production guides, and to purchase ʻulu trees. Hawaiʻi ʻulu Cooperative, farmer-owned, Aina grown.